Have you ever heard a song that you thought was really shit? A song that makes you wonder how did that become a hit? Sometimes you need to hear a discussion about that. Irregular podcast format. Well, that's a little bit of songs that we gotta attack. 1,001 steaming piles of crap. I'm telling you the truth, you know that we don't lie. Here's 1,001 songs that make you wanna die. Oh!
And now here's your hosts, Dan, Bevo, Mad Dog, and Gypsy.
This is 1,001 Songs That Make You Want to Die, the podcast where we discuss songs so bad they make you want to travel to Mars and take a relaxing stroll on the surface of the red planet, where you see an attractive three-breasted woman that you try to impress by performing a low-gravity drop roll that goes horribly wrong and cracks your space helmet, causing your eyes to explode instantly and your entire skull to erupt like a blood-filled volcano. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, reminds me of a movie.
It does. Today we are doing You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. You're so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Oh, you had me several years ago.
Nice.
So we have here today the reliable Dan Southern from the Southern Land, drinking the Southern beer, the good Victorian bitter. But I am also very, very excited to announce that we do have our good mate and massive Nelly fan, Mr. Nick Capper, joining us tonight. G'day, Nick.
Yes, guys. I'm sorry I held up the fort, but it's just so good to be seeing two bald guys with me. You know, I'm also no hair as well. We got 3 chrome domes.
That's it,
and
man.
we're going to give this Carly, what was her name? Carly Simon.
Yeah, Simo. Yeah.
Simo. We're going to give Simo a lot of shit, right? You know, we can't have these long-haired people getting about singing their songs, right?
Exactly. Flaunting their hair all over the world. Yeah. Calling other people vain.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Yeah.
I did the group call, and Cap, you answered, and I saw you, and I thought, fuck, what have I done? I've got the phone on selfie mode.
Full on, eh?
Yeah. You guys are both rocking the Chrome Dome, which is pretty sick. I don't know. I'm kind of getting into it. I wasn't about it at first. I was a bit like, whoa. But now I'm kind of, now that I've got a little bit of sprout. Yeah. I kind of don't want it to be any longer. I think any longer it'll be weird. You know,
you have to embrace it, man. You have to.
Yeah. And so Carly Simon, she sung this about somebody, didn't she? Like so a famous singer, another famous singer. Yeah.
I think she did, but I think we're going to get into that a little bit later when we break this down.
Yeah. Believe it or not, we do have a structure.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the last one. And, God, that Nelly Dilemma song, that was that was brutal, man. That was a brutal one to go back into. Oh, my God.
Well, you bring up brutality, and I can't think of anything more brutal than this to bring up. One of our good mates is dead.
Yeah, he's and sucked into him. Which one is it?
It's actually Zav.
Fuck. I'm glad he died.
Fuck.
Bad Zav. Never liked him.
No, me either.
Well, you'll like him less when you hear about how he died.
Oh, yeah.
So he was working as an office boy at an insurance company at the MetLife building in New York. Mm-hmm. And he was fleeing 6 young women, stenographers actually, at his workplace, intent on giving him kisses for his birthday. And he was carrying an ink eraser in his pocket. As the women moved in for the kisses, he fell forward and the eraser's point pierced his heart, which killed him on the spot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, my God.
This is the sort of shit that freaks me the fuck out because, like, we did one the other week where it's like Zav died again. He fell off a fucking mountain. He was on a Segway and he segued off the mountain. And it's like, don't go on a fucking mountain with a Segway, you dumb cunt.
Yeah,
Like you deserve that.
Don't do it.
A pen death that can happen to anyone.
I love these telling someone you like a relative telling someone else that you. Oh, where did he go? Oh, he died on a Segway, like off a mountain. You couldn't help it when you get in the car. Just have a little snicker. Just be like, I remember I heard one about someone, her mum died or something when an elephant sat on a car in safari.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck, that's so brutal. Like, that is horrible. Like, really bad. But then when we got in the car, I looked at my partner and I was like, it's kind of funny.
It's kind of badass.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, just a little peek behind the curtains here. Zav didn't actually die. What we do is we say our co-host died, but we Google, like, extreme ways people have died or hilarious ways people have died. The reality is, all these things are deaths and that people did die this way. And, like, we laugh about it every week.
Someone has actually died this way, which is, yeah.
But how can you be so fucking dumb having an ink eraser? Like, no, everyone knows they don't work. In school, you'd make some fucked up thing with a pen and you're like, all right, I'll just flip this crazy thing around and I'm going to use the ink now. And then it would just make a mess of the paper. It was basically just putting your paper to an angle grinder. So, I don't know, Zav, kind of, that's what happens. You should have just had a pencil one, you know?
Yeah.
We've put a man on the moon, but we can't figure out how to erase fucking ink. Let's just say that.
I've actually got a bit of news as well. Dear listener, you'll notice that Chibs and Ryan aren't here today as well as Zav's not here because he died. Unfortunately, Chibs and Beveridge, they both died as well.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to report that they're dead, but look, they died. They were 69ing each other. And it turns out that they were both so vigorously sucking each other's cock that the amount of sperm that shot out of each one's penis filled both throats and killed them both instantly from choking because neither one of them wanted to spit it out.
They didn't want to pull away.
They were both very committed to swallowing, and they both choked on each other's cum. So, they're
That's
both
a great
dead
way
as
to
well.
go.
That's a really good way to go.
It's sad because it's like, just spit it out. Just get, like for 1 second, get that cock out of your mouth and spit the sperm out, and you'll be all right.
It shows real commitment.
Yeah,
Probably the first person to come in a 69er. Like, they're the first people to do it. Like, I don't know anyone that would ever come in a 69er. I don't know. You know, I'm always too distracted.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of doing both things half-assed, you know?
Yeah.
Well, look, boys, before we go too far down that rabbit hole, shall we get into the lyrics?
Yes.
Okay. So we do have an intro. It goes like this. Son of a gun! Intro end.
Interesting. That conjures up like questions. Like, if you're the son of a gun, you were given birth to by a gun, which implies that there was a gun that was impregnated by another gun.
I thought, was that like a shotgun wedding? Son of a gun? Is that like a child that wasn't really wanted?
Well,
happened anyway. You know what I mean? Like, son of a gun.
Son of a gun.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I just thought of that then, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because what the shotgun wedding was. That's if you knocked her up, and then the dad's like there with a shotgun going, "You better fucking look after her." Yeah.
He was like, "Yes, I will, sir."
Yes, I will, sir. I will look after her. I just got to wait till this vape business takes off. And you will be sorry. Also, it's 2022. Why do you have a gun?
Yeah. You're not allowed to have them.
Yeah. This isn't the Wild West anymore, Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce.
All right. Well, that's led into verse 1. You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf, it was apricot. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself gavotte, and all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner. They'd be your partner.
Dubby Energy has declared war on Big Energy, who probably support ISIS. If you want an energy drink with no maltodextrin, no artificial colours, and no kickbacks that fund insurrections in the Middle East, then look no further. So head on over to dubby.gg and use the promo code 1001songs, that's the number 1001, for 10% off price of purchase. And remember, kids, if it's not Dubby, it's ISIS.
طويلة من الجهاد والصبر.
I've got a question. Because I'm not the most fashionable person out there, so I generally don't understand fashion trends. But
You
I
kidding
feel
me?
like-
You didn't get that plain black shirt from Versace? I've been eyeing it off all night.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Wish version. It's about $4,000 less. So,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure I understand the function of a scarf.
Yeah.
It's to keep your neck and under your chin warm.
Mm-hmm.
It says here that your scarf, it was apricot. So I'm gonna bet that fruit does not make a very productive scarf.
I think this was like what? This was written in the 70s or something, right? Or was it the 80s?
I think it was 70. Oh, they 72. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
72.
Yeah. So if you had an apricot scarf and you're a dude, that was a wild move. Like,
Oh, it
you
was
know,
right out there.
You'd be called the F word that a lot of people don't say now. You would just walk down the street and that would be. It'd probably spray paint it on the side of your car. So
I mean, like
Dad
fruit.
would disown you.
Yeah. That's a kind of I guess that's what the apricot scarf is, and she's angry at him. She's like, "God damn it, with your apricot scarf,
You're dripping all over the place."
Yeah, and the women are looking at you, going, "They want to be your partner." Oh God,
Yeah. And it's all sticky. It's like anytime you come near me, I get apricot juice on me. It's fucked.
Look, if I was going to choose a fruit to keep my neck warm, I'd probably go with the Nashi pear. I'd get a sort of string bead of Nashies around your neck, and I think you'd be right in sort of the winter time. But
I don't know if that's the right breed of pear I would have around my neck. They don't seem like the warmest breed of pear, you know. I love that you said a Nashi pear. What the fuck?
you've never had a Nashi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're-
sure, I've had one.
They're warm as, bro.
At least get something with a bit of fur on it, like a kiwi fruit. Like that's going to
Yeah.
keep you warmer, you know.
And I imagine it's not just one apricot; it's many apricot
Oh,
Yeah.
strung together. Surely
it's-
that's what they.
it's apricot. It's like. And may I ask this? What do you look like when you gavotte?
Oh, I think it's kind of like a half walking, half skip type.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to know what a gavotte is as a verb.
I think that's the way a ballerina would walk on stage, wouldn't they? Gavotte.
Okay.
Maybe. It's
I've
a good
actually-
word.
I've just done a quick Google. It says a medium-paced French dance popular in the 18th century.
Oh, there you go. It was pretty close.
Of course you
Yeah.
would do that in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had one eye in the mirror. Watch yourself gavotte. Like he's in his room all by himself, and there's vigorous sounds happening. It's like, "Boop, boop, boop, boop." What's going on there? Oh, I'm just gavotting. All right, you better not be doing anything else.
Yeah.
Sebastian, are you gavotting in there again?
I just wish he was wanking.
Yeah.
It's less shameful than gavotting, you know.
Why can't you just wank like a normal teenager? I want to gavot.
You got all these women that want to be your partner. You know, no, I got to gavot. That's what gets them.
Mum, stop being a gavot shamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, when you gavot, all the girls dreamed that they would be your partner, of course. So the chorus, you're so vain, you probably think this song is about you. You're so vain, I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you, don't you, don't you?
Yeah.
So I got a question. Cap, you chose this song, right? Is that right?
No, you guys chose this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but I agreed. I agreed because I don't know how bad the song is. It's one of those ones where I don't know how bad it is,
Yeah, that's fine.
but it's been played so much, it's kind of bad, if you know what I'm saying. It's like,
Well,
It's been
we've all
played so
heard it a
much.
million times.
yeah, it's taken on a whole different kind of, it's more than a song now. It's like just a background noise, like a bird chirping or something like that. You know, you're so, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
those hangover birds that like kind of are chirping on the third day of the bender.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
That's kind of the relationship I have with this song, and you can't really dance to it. It's not really. I mean, it's a classic, but it's such a weird, annoying classic.
It's
Yeah.
not dancey. Yeah.
No,
You're not gavotting to this.
no, you
No.
don't.
No.
no.
Well, I was assuming you had problems with this song, and mainly for this line. Like this line bothers me. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, this is a stupid line. Like, you're so vain, you think this song is about you. That's something you just say to the person, like in a fight or an argument.
Mm.
If you put that in the song, you make the song about them.
Yeah,
And so therefore,
exactly right.
If they think the song is about them, that's not them being vain, because you are talking about them and it is about them.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. It'd be funny if you were, you were really vain if there was a song like, I don't know, fuck, I think I'm turning Japanese or something, and you're like, oh, this song's about me.
Well, imagine if it was like, I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I am Nick Kappa.
yeah.
Imagine if it said your name in it. I
Yeah.
am Nick Kappa, and you're like, I think that's about me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so fucking vain to think that's about you.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally talking about me in the song. So
Cows with guns. You're like, cows with guns. I think that's about me. And they're like, no, it doesn't. It just mentions the cow. This is how vain you are, brother. You think cows with guns is about you? You're not even a cow.
a cow shows up. Is this song about?
Hey, there we go. That's the end of that riff.
And then you say, yes, it is. And the cow fucking shoots your brains in.
Hey, you're so vain, cow. Also, why are you talking? But anyway, it's cool.
Yeah, cool. And that's what he's going to shoot you.
All right. Well, verse 2 here. So you had me several years ago when I was still quite naive. It sounds a bit dodgy there. Well, you said that we made such a pretty pair and that you would never leave, but you gave away the things you loved, and one of them was me. I had some dreams. They were clouds in my coffee. Clouds in my coffee and...
Yeah, this is weird. What does clouds in your coffee mean? Is that a saying that people say? Oh,
Never
bloody
heard that.
hell. There's
I've never heard
clouds in my-
that.
I had a dream there were clouds in my coffee last night. It's,
Is it like when Jesus reveals himself to you in like a fucking burnt piece of wood or something? Like
I thought you were going to say burnt toast.
burnt
yeah.
toast. Burnt toast. There
This
you
was
go.
the 70s. I don't think they had good coffee back then. I think it was all instant. You wouldn't be seeing Jesus in that, you know?
Yeah.
The cappuccino was the craziest thing ever. I think you ordered one of them if you were the king or some shit like that. otherwise, it was just Nescafe, you know.
Prepare the king's cappuccino.
Yeah. Oh, one cappuccino a day. I must be rich.
So, can I ask this to you two intelligent, bald men?
Mm.
It talks about giving away the things you loved. What, pray tell, may have been those things? Like, what are you going to give away if you're in a situation where you're super vain, but you're sort of into someone too, and you want to make...
Well, bear in mind, this is 1972, so whatever he's given away, we got to assume that it's been given away in that time frame.
Righto.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, like...
Flare jeans.
Flare jeans.
Right.
Flare jeans and a woman. Oh, well, time to start over again. That guy. I got to get rid of this woman. I got this flare jeans, and I got this Bob Marley shaped bong.
Yeah.
I've got this peace medallion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Also, she doesn't say what he's giving it away for, and that's more pussy. He's getting rid of one pussy and something else. I don't know what the other thing is, but it's all for more pussy.
absolutely.
You know?
Well, it's always the goal.
I'm going to give away all my things, and I'm going to give away my woman, and hopefully I get more vagina out of this. It's like, step one, give away the things that I love, and my woman.
You got to spend money to make money.
Yeah, it's like step 3, get more pussy.
Yeah.
Step 2? I haven't worked that part out yet, but I'm sure if I give everything away, I'll get more pussy.
See that old, what's his name? Old Bruce. He gave away his 71 Cadillac, broke up with his woman, but now he's covered in puss.
That's the second time I've heard about Bruce on this podcast.
Yeah, he gets around.
He's the perfect 70s prototype, Bruce. I can just picture him with the flares, the long hair, the peace medallion.
Yeah. Haircut you can set your watch to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Johnny Unitas. Now, that's a haircut you can set your watch to.
Isn't it funny that my knowledge of the 70s is based on a Simpsons episode set in the 70s?
Yeah. Disco stew.
Yeah.
I actually am picturing Disco Stew.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy because I think I can sympathize with her, I guess, is because men are fucking pricks. And when they, there are the shit ones that just go for the naive kind of go and then give them big dreams and then they leave them. It's kind of weird. I don't know how many women do that to men, really. Do they? I don't know.
Back in the 70s?
Back in the 70s.
Big time.
Wow, man. Must have been hanging out with some feminist women in the 70s.
All right. Well, look, she knocks out another chorus, talks about dreams in the coffee, smashes out another chorus, and then jumps into this. Well, I hear you went up to Saratoga and your horse naturally won. Then you flew your Learjet up to Nova Scotia to see the total eclipse of the sun. Well, you're where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with some underworld spy or the wife of a close friend. And that escalated.
So what? She shacked up with James Bond.
It sounds like it. It fucking sounds like it. Like James Bond has been known to hang out with people's wives.
Yeah.
He is an underworld. Is it underworld spy?
Yeah. Underworld spy. Yeah.
He's a spy of sorts. And he's where he should be all the time because he's that fucking good.
Yeah, and also he's always around a horse of some kind. He's either riding a horse or he's at the races or he's Yeah.
This would be Royal Saratoga Racecourse.
Oh.
Queen Elizabeth would have been there. She would have had a few nags in.
Few nags, yeah.
But I would say this is the lame version of James Bond, because if you had a fucking Learjet,
Yeah.
I'd skip Nova Scotia. I'd be going somewhere like fucking Paris.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like somewhere good. Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
Not great in the winter.
Yeah. Well, Nova Scotia is like, I heard they got pancakes there. Bond's got to stop off for some pancakes. I heard Celine Dion is in town then.
Love that song.
Yeah, man, that's someone else's wife. Jesus, that is wild.
This guy is uncontrollable, man.
Yeah.
I remember I was in a small town once, and I was just at a party, and I kissed this girl, and she said, "I shouldn't be kissing you. I've got a husband." And then I freaked out, and then the next day I left the town. Just I didn't live there or anything. We were staying there for a few nights or whatever, and I was like, I got to get out of here in case this regional husband finds me.
You don't know.
He actually skipped town.
Heard you kiss my bride. Heard you kiss my bride, then freaked out. You should have went the whole way, you weirdo.
I want you out of here by sundown.
Yeah.
You'll never work in this town again.
Yeah.
Oh, have you got the power to do that?
You'll never lightly kiss a woman in this town again.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that moment, did you feel like an underworld spy?
No, I felt annoyed.
Okay.
I felt annoyed. I felt annoyed at her.
Yeah.
And then I was also annoyed at myself for not doing more research, you know?
You're like, normally I look straight down to see if there's a ring.
Yeah.
And like this time I just said, you know what? I'm not doing that tonight because I'm just going to assume that she doesn't have one.
Yeah, usually I yell in their face, "Are you fucking married?
Yeah.
Are you fucking married? Because I'm ready to kiss." That's what I usually say. That was the one night I didn't say it.
Yeah, just on your way in is a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
It's like you're leaning in, you're like, are you fucking married? Oh, God, you've scared me. I want to know.
I know this way too eager. Lean in.
Yeah.
You know, when you're single.
Yeah.
This reeks of unsatisfied marriage.
Yeah. You're all over me. You got your hands all over me. This is weird.
Yeah, if you had a will to live, you wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
And can I qualify? Are you kind of city married or provincial married? Because there is a difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to get married, and I don't want to know about this thing. The two types of marriages, you know.
Provincially?
Yeah. What's provincially mean?
It means that someone, a dude like Nick Capper can swing in for a weekend and kiss your missus, and as long as he leaves town, that's okay.
Oh, so it's within the province.
That's
provincial.
right. It would not. That shit would not fly in the city, man.
Yeah. Provincial marriage.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I'll go out hunting the foxes, and you keep having sex with my wife. As long as you leave town before the owl crows or whatever, it's fine with me.
before the fourth crow of the cock. All right, guys. Well, she pretty much smashes out one more chorus, and it's all about being vain and someone thinking the song's about them, and that's it.
Okay.
This is hot.
This podcast is sponsored by Ghetto Bird Studio. Do you write music? Do you want people to hear it? Do you want your music to sound less shit than it does right now? If you answered yes to these questions, then you should record your music at Ghetto Bird Studio. We record all types of music: rap, rock, hip-hop,
jazz, jazz fusion, metal, electro, even country. We can't promise that your music won't be shit, but we can promise to make it sound less shit. Here's a before and after.
Grab my body and spank my ass.
Grab my body and spank my ass.
Contact us now at ghettobirdstudio.com.au.
Tell these haters. Non-stop music.
Yeah.
So, look, guys, let me tell you a little bit about the story here. So, as we just mentioned, it was released on the 8th of November, 1972, written by Carly Simon. The B-side of this single was a song called His Friends Are More Than Fond of Robin.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which seems strange.
Mm.
Yeah. Pardon me.
She had a lot of anger for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Very nice.
she has stated that the song refers to 3 men, and she's named one publicly, and that man is actor Warren Beatty.
Ah, that's what I heard. I remember hearing this. Yeah.
Have you done a bit of legwork on Warren Beatty?
No. I just remember. I always retain dumb music facts, and I remember hearing it. This was about somebody. Yeah, Warren Beatty. I haven't seen him in many movies. I remember watching Dick Tracy when I was a kid in the cinema.
Yes,
and it was horrible. I thought it was going to be really cool, but
you
it
didn't
was
like
actually
it.
Quite boring. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If you look at Warren Beatty, sort of back in those days, that's one damn handsome man. I don't mind saying that. He hasn't aged well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
Warren beat up.
Warren Beaton.
Warren Beaton.
I think he had grounds to sort of have clouds in coffee and be gavotting around.
Garrotting.
Garrotting.
He's garrotting away.
I think once you're a handsome dude like I don't know, Warren Beatty, you naturally gavotte, wouldn't you?
You
just
would.
naturally. I don't know. We'd all be doing it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so she must have been hanging out with him to some respect.
Yeah. I believe they were in a relationship, and things went south pretty quick when he became an underworld spy.
Yeah,
she didn't like it.
She's like, this is about Warren Beatty and James Bond. And the other one is the Jet.
That's right.
Yeah.
We took this trip to Nova Scotia. It was fucking shit. It was like a blizzard the whole time.
It could have gone anywhere.
Yeah. I like it because, I don't know, usually men that are like this, they usually end up kind of washed up. You always see them at a bar. They're like, I used to get so many ladies back in the 70s. I'd wear my apricot scarf and I'd be fucking all the time. And you see them in a bar, like, they're either married and they're like, now I just got to put up with the old fucking, or they're still just prowling for it. They're still like, oh, God, she's easy on the eye. They'll say that about your girlfriend or some shit. Like, what? You're doing well there, mate. She does need a follow-up song like, you were vain, but now you're kind of washed up, and I wish I hadn't written the song, and shit took its own path, and I was quite, vindictive.
It's funny when you gotta assume that anyone who's married, they were very in love at the time they got married and all that, but then the relationship progresses onto this thing where, like, I don't know, whenever I run into dudes that just basically bag their misses out constantly, I'm just like, what happened there? Like, when did it turn into this? And I was like, I can't remember if I said this on the podcast or not, but I was at the Bottle-O the other week, and this old dude in front of me, he'd bought something, and the dude at the bar goes, he goes, do you want a bag of ice with that, mate? And he goes, what? A bag of ice? And he goes, yeah, you want a bag of ice to take with it? And he goes, nah, got one of them at home, me wife.
A bag of ice.
Like, fucking hell.
Like a cold, frozen fucking bag.
I couldn't believe it. Like I very unashamedly say I'm very in love. I'm engaged, and it's all good. She's not a bag of ice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a bag of nice, if anything.
Yeah. No, sometimes I complain about my partner. I'm like, but then I remember that I would probably be dead without her. I would be dead. I'd be under a bridge or something. I wouldn't even. All this stuff you see, everything here, it was all because of her, you know. This face here, this jumper, everything. I would be in a Hessian sack under a bridge.
Hessian sack.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to cut my face off. She told me not to.
Yeah.
This face is all because of her.
Yeah. She's helped me through everything, you know, just like the best person ever. But still, sometimes I'm like, would you not walk so loud?
I fucking hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Those fucking bitches. They're always
so
fucking
loud.
stomping around.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, would you
God.
like to hear about some possible candidates for the other Vane people in this song?
Yeah.
I'd love to, actually.
So shortly before the writing of this song, so she was married to James Taylor, which she has cited as definitely not the subject of the song.
Okay.
However, the following people have all been put forward by the press as speculative candidates.
Right.
David Bowie,
Ah.
David Cassidy, and Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens.
Yeah, Yusuf Islam.
Yusuf.
Must have been a real ladies' man.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, want to hear 2 songs about my dad?
I can't imagine him being too vain. Like,
Nah, he would be the opposite of Vane. I reckon if it was anyone, it's David Bowie. Like,
it'd be
the
Bodog.
thing is, you're allowed to be vain if you're David Bowie.
100%.
Yeah. It's weird to me when people like try to cancel Bowie, even though he's dead. They were like, "Hey, he slept with teenage girls and stuff like that," and you're like, "I don't know." Like, he's dead. He just put on Let's Dance. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you're just like,
you're just like,
see?
hey, damn, that sucks. And you're like, okay, I don't want to know about this. But then when it comes on in a supermarket or something, you're like, still just let's dance.
You're like, oh, yeah, let's dance.
You're just like, fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Dude.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Bowie.
I think you're cancelling every rock star up until probably now.
Yeah.
Well, check. So this has been under such debate for a long time. So, look, in August of 2003, Simon agreed to reveal the name of the song's subject to the highest bidder of the Martha's Vineyard Possible Dreams charity auction. And with the top bid of 50 grand, Dick Ebersol, who was the president of NBC Sports and a friend of Simon's, he won the right to know the name. So a condition of the prize was that Ebersol not reveal the name.
Oh, that's fucked.
How ridiculous. So
What's
he
his
said
name?
that Simon allowed him to divulge a clue about the person's name. And she said that he could say that the subject of the song, the person starts with the letter E.
Edward Scissorhands.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely Edward Scissorhands.
He's there with his...
Oh, an apricot scarf. It's really brightened it up.
I have to throw this out there because I really want to. I don't want this idea to die. My 9-year-old son. I don't know why he said it, and I don't know what he was talking about, but I just heard him say the words "Edward Racist Hands," and I have not been able to stop laughing. Like I can't. Just like I want that idea to materialize somehow.
What would
So,
that
like,
actually look like?
I
That's
don't
something
know.
to unpack.
It's the best thing ever, though. So if anyone can make that a thing in any way, please do so.
Oh, yeah. He's just got big Southern Cross tattoos all over his hands. Oh, look, it's Edward Racist Hands. He's back. Monster Energy drink tattoo on his hand.
Oh god.
That is so good.
Yeah, that is. You don't want
Yeah.
to be like one of those guys. It's like kids say the darndest things, but then sometimes one like that just slips through the keeper, and you're like, "That rules."
Some of
Where-
this shit, like when they're talking and there's like, I'm a little dickhead. And then like they just say something like that. And my ears pick up and go like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
How did he even get the Edward hands part? Like, has he watched the movie?
Yeah. Like, we'd watched it recently, but
Okay.
I don't know how. Like I wasn't involved in the convo. I just said, Edward
Racist hands.
and I was like, wow.
I didn't even know what a racist was when I was 9.
Yeah, I don't think he knows either.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he knows it's something bad, and it's like he puts it into like if you make fun of Asian people, you're racist. But like I think he's like specified Asian, and that's it. Like, it's just, don't do that to Asians. It's racist, and that's it.
Right. All right, boys. Well, a bit about the production here. So it was produced by man. I was about to say young man. I'm sure he's not young. Called Richard Perry, who has done some work for stars such as Ringo Starr, Diana Ross, Manhattan Transfer, and Rod Stewart. So pretty decent list. Now check this. Perry and Jane Fonda. They were in a relationship from 2009 to 2017, which ended due to his diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, which makes Fonda seem like a real bitch.
Ah, right.
So it's like once he got the shakes, I'm out of here.
I thought that would be better for the woman. It's like as long as you got barred up and then you just shook. Just got like a human vibrator, just like a human simian.
Can you make your Parkinson's flare up? Can you just make that happen?
Anyway, but wow, she left him when he got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have things like that, it can change your attitude as well. Like people become hard to live with, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, totally. Yeah. Like, I think people like Michael J. Fox is famous for like having it and like doing awesome things with his life. But like people that get it, I could totally see them just be turning into like the worst person because you just fucking hate the hand you've been dealt. And you're just like, fuck everything. And then your poor missus is trying to help you through it. And she's like, oh, come on, you'll be right. He's like, I won't fucking be all right. I'm shaking all the time. Fuck you.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
oh, well, hang on a second. I'm trying to help you. And he's like, well, help this. And then he like flips her off and he's being shaking. Here you go. What do you think of that? And she's like, I don't think much of that at all. See you later.
I can't see. What do you think? Your hand shaking too much. What do you?
Is it one finger or two? I can't tell.
Yeah. There's two sides to every story, isn't there?
Yeah.
I know. I remember because I just, I've had cancer the last 4 months, and
shit.
and I'm just finished chemotherapy, but I noticed. I was like, my partner was incredibly patient with me. There was some times where I was like, this is fucked. Like, I can't, I would apologize later on. I'd be like, that wasn't me. I just feel powerless, you know? But anyway, but also, Jane, you got to stick in there for a little bit. I want to know how much Parkinson's she stuck in for. You know, if she stuck it out for a week, Jane, not a good lady, you know.
She's not good.
She's like, he poured hot coffee on my face when we had a fight, and then blamed it on the Parkinson's. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't Parkinson's.
He put dog shit through my whole bed.
Yeah,
and we don't even have a dog. You had to order the dog shit in.
He went out collecting
it. It was a lengthy process, and then he blamed it on the Parkinson's. He had a drug habit for the last 3 years before the Parkinson's. Blamed it on the Parkinson's.
Yeah.
It was early onset.
That drug habit was in preparation for the Parkinson's. Early onset drug habit.
It'd be funny if she left right on the diagnosis. He comes back and he's like, I've got Parkinson's. Things could be a little rough. And before he said it, just a cloud of smoke. Just hears the car like, just take off.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Just a full Bugs Bunny style takeoff.
Cloud of smoke. Well, a couple more cool things about production. So the distinctive bass intro is played by a guy called Klaus Voormann. And Voormann was a good friend of the Beatles, so much so that he lived in the band's London flat with George Harrison and Ringo Starr after Lennon and McCartney moved out to live with their respective partners. He actually also played on Lou Reed's album Transformer, as well as Mick Jagger contributing uncredited backing vocals to this song.
Really?
Really.
That is incredible. Well, the production is awesome. I got to say, it's the only good thing about this song.
It is a well-produced song, man.
It is. It's got tones of ELO in it, I think.
It
maybe
actually
just
does.
the strings, you know.
100%. I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, Jim Gordon of Derek and the Dominoes, he played the drums on this album. And a bit of cool story about him. In 1983, during a psychotic episode associated with undiagnosed schizophrenia, he murdered his mother and was sentenced to 16 years to life in prison. And as of this day, he remains incarcerated at a California medical facility.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a big whoopsie.
Yeah, they had a lot of killer producers back then, didn't they? Who else was the other guy? Brian Eno or someone? Was it Brian Eno?
Brian Eno.
Anyway, I don't know. There was
Did he
another
go off the
producer-
rails, did he?
Yeah, and killed his wife or something, killed a lady.
Oh, Jesus, they were all getting murdery back then.
Yeah. You reckon they're having that time making all those hits? You'd be able to blow off some steam into the keyboard or the guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take it out on the Korg.
Yeah.
Well, look, Bevo usually does our video summary, but and he's not here today because of that 69
terrible incident.
But I do have a set list actually.
Oh,
so I'm not sure, Nick, if you did this last time, but I looked up a Carly Simon set list, and I would like yourself and Dan Southern to guess at what point in the set she plays it. She's got 19 songs.
Okay.
This is from 2008 at Borgata Event Center at Atlantic City, New Jersey. 19 songs. Where would she play You're So Vain?
Ooh. I don't think she'd open with it. Because then you kind of blown your load then.
Okay.
You know? And she's not, I don't know whether is she a hit maker? What other songs did she have?
That's part of the fun of this game is I try not to look up her other hits because I'm sitting there thinking like, do I even know any other songs?
Yeah. She could do it because Toto, they play Africa at the start, in the middle, and at the end, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a triple decker.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard
Really?
that. It's kind of the whole set is Africa, basically, but just with all their bit. Even though Rosanna is my favorite, it's like one of my favorite karaoke songs ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about like Hold the Line?
Oh yeah,
Some great songs. I know no more than those three, but there are good ones other than those.
Maybe she plays Toto.
Yeah,
she does.
She's like, I'm bombing here.
She actually does. She does a Doobie Brothers cover, and she does a Chris Christopherson cover.
Oh right,
yeah.
They never cover anyone. They never cover a newer song, do they? They're just like, I'll cover the boys, the people I grew up with and shit.
Exactly.
Just on covers, our good mate Delta Goodrum.
Oh, Delto. Yeah.
I've talked specifically about the length of her neck before.
It's giraffe-like.
Yeah. She needs a couple of 1 meter rulers to measure it, I assume. But she dropped out of nowhere like a cover of Running Up That Hill.
You're kidding.
In her set lately. She's like, I'm going to cover this song. Now,
Of course
that's the most obvious fucking, like, I'm jumping right on this trend.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
straight to my- if she had been covering it the whole time, like, for her whole career, she just sprinkles it in there and then it just somehow gets big in Stranger Things. And she's like, oh, well, I did this song anyway. Like, that's fine. But to do it now is like, you've jumped on the trend. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like,
But that's textbook Goodrum, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had a mate, this was years ago before I even started, about 14 or 15 years ago before acoustic people started doing, remember that guy did No Diggity on acoustic and then everyone started doing hip-hop songs on acoustic. But before that, I was a bit ahead of my time, actually. I said, my mate who was a singer-songwriter, I said, can you play Coco Jumbo? An acoustic version of that by Mr. President. And
we know it very well.
He did it one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually got the greatest story regarding that song.
Yeah.
I played that song on this podcast with an acoustic guitar with Mr. President himself, and he sung with me.
Really?
That is a very true story.
Fuck. I got to listen to that one. Which one? Which episode was that?
I can't remember what song we did, but we had him on the podcast. We had Mr.
Aye,
President.
aye, Coco Jumbo.
Yeah, and I pulled out the guitar and I'm like, Coco Jumbo, yeah. And then he just jumps in. He's like, here we go, getting smooth to the groove. And
yes.
It was
via
sick,
the internet,
man.
we collaborated.
Oh, man, that rules.
It's cool. I was like, I'm gonna do this. He seems like a nice person, and he turns out he was.
He was
fully
cool.
into it.
Yeah.
God
Very cool.
damn. Mr.
Yeah.
President.
Yeah,
Fuck.
man, he's a great guy.
He was really cool, man.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm still waiting for your answer on where you think she plays this out of 19 songs.
I'm going dead last.
I'm
There's
going
no way
dead
she's got
last.
a bigger song than this.
Yeah, I'm going dead last.
It was actually second last.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I normally say second last because it never fails.
Yeah.
And this is proving me to be right.
It bit ya, man.
What's the last?
She brought it home with a song called Ohio.
Don't know what the
Really?
fuck that is.
You going right?
Never heard of it.
My family's just gotten home, by the way. So if I tell you people that I don't want to talk to anymore and I'd rather go spend time with my family, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, we're just going to wrap up here with a bit of legacy and then we're going to rate it, all right? So, look, upon its release, it reached number 1 in the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It's ranked at number 92 on Billboard's Greatest Songs of All Time. It was voted number 216 in RIAA's Songs of the Century, and in August 2014, the UK's official charts company crowned it the ultimate song of the 70s. In 2021, the song was ranked 495th on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time.
I think that's 491.
495.
I actually think that's pretty fair. Like,
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
it's one of the most recognizable songs. Like, everyone would know it. If you
It's
sung
true,
a line,
man.
people
Yeah.
would know it. Like, if you sung a bit of that chorus, people would know the next line.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it.
And
Everyone
it's not
knows
like
it.
it's a bad song. It's just that it's like to be included in the top 500 that's a stretch. To know that she's on the outer edge of that top 500, I'm like, all right, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty much like Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon times a million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually a bad song, but it's been played so much and so just not a dancey song. And it's kind of, you can smell the hate in it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what pisses people off about it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Sex on Furnace.
Well, guys, it's time to discuss how well do you think Carly Simon did out of this? What would her net worth be today? Nick Kappa, what do you reckon, mate? What's she worth in 2022?
I reckon 40 million.
Going 40 mil?
Mhm.
Southern?
I've been very, very wrong before, and I've undershot. I'm going to stick with what I think. I think this song did very well, and I reckon at least I'm going to say 25 million.
Would it surprise you to hear me say 80 million?
Oh.
She's doing
I
pretty
wonder,
well
like,
for herself.
is she doing other stuff, or is it like she just got a good publishing deal, or like,
Well,
she's getting good money from the song still?
Gonna have to get into this back catalogue. I'm looking up Ohio. Sounds like an absolute fucking perler.
Yeah. It's crazy because this song would be used everywhere, like fucking everywhere. She'd just be like sitting down making money. Like it would be used on every movie, not every movie, but TV. Fucking, it's being, because if I remember, how funny is this, right? I did a gig once with Chris Franklin, the bloke.
Sick.
He's the biggest. I've done a lot of gigs with him. He's the fucking biggest legend of all time. He's the nicest
mad.
dude.
I've actually recently got him on Facebook because someone I know knows him. And he's like, yeah, Chris Franklin is a good mate of mine. I was like, fucking, that's awesome. And I saw his name pop up on Facebook as like a friend of a friend. And I was like, added him. And he's still so busy. I like seeing he's always doing comedy now.
Yeah, he crushes. He goes real good. He's actually a really good comic. He's got some good jokes. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those, I don't know, figures in comedy where it's just all these stories about him that are true, unfortunately. Like one time he got scurvy. To get it, like it was the first case of scurvy the doctors had seen in like 100 years since the first flu.
Jesus.
Yeah, because he just drank like if you have one drop of tomato sauce, like you just avoid scurvy.
Oh,
but
right.
he ate pies and just drank beers for so long that he got
pies without sauce.
He got scurvy. Yeah. Apparently, you just have to eat like one grape or something every 6 months, and it's just like, fucking wild. He got scurvy, but then the funniest thing about royalties, right, is we did this gig. He played the bloke on the stage. Then we went out and partied at this nightclub that was like had karaoke, plus you would sing on the dance floor, you know. And he sung bloke twice.
Mad.
And everybody loved it. And I was like, man, don't you get sick of this song? And he goes, I get the royalties every time it's played.
Oh, mad.
But he would have only got like, 10 cents or something. I don't know what. But he just like, I'm going to sing it twice to get 20 cents.
Well, mate, maybe you can put in a word for us and get him on the podcast, mate.
Yeah, he would come on. He's a legend. He's got heaps of good stories on the Dum Dum Clump podcast. He's on one, and it's just awesome. He the guys that play like down, prices are down or something like that. those guys, he had to introduce them, and they said they were cunts to him or something. They're like, just shut up, bring us on. And he's like,
oh, really?
All right. Here's the cunts from the Coles ad. See ya. Yeah, he's a total legend, man.
If we can get him on and you're happy to come on with him, Nick, that'd be awesome to have you both on together.
Yeah, man.
100%. Yeah.
All right, guys. You know what time it is? It's time to rate this shit.
Motherfuckers, this is it. Now it's time to rate this shit.
So, what are we going to rate it out of here? Gavots?
Gavots, yeah. I want a gavot now. I do want to do it.
Yeah.
So 10 would be you've gavotted so hard, you've thrown a hip out, and you need intensive hip surgery at where you're at risk of getting gangrene and you die a very painful death.
Wow. That's really sad.
One is that you've kind of new to garroting. You're young and limber, and you've just gavotted around your bedroom once and you feel pretty good and you liked it and you might try it again. So 1's good, 10's bad. Southern, how much do you want to gavotte when you hear this, mate?
Oh, okay. I think I want to gavotte 6.
6 gavottes around the bedroom?
I think this song's definitely got some good things in it, for sure. Good things. I think the bass thing at the start is good. I actually think the verse melody, I can't remember right now, but I remember when I was listening to it today, I was like, if this song played without the chorus, if it played the verse in a movie or something like that, I would probably not even know it was the same song.
Yeah.
I think the verse is actually pretty cool. But the whole "you're so vain," like that, I'm over that, and I don't like the concept. As I said earlier, like you're talking about the person,
It's confusing.
you're putting them in the song. You think this song's about you? Like, yeah, you put in the song, you fucking idiot. Now it is about them. Like you're the idiot. It's like that is a dumb line, and I don't like it. So I take points away, but I give some.
A 6 is a good score there, mate. Kappa, what do you reckon, mate?
I'd say also, I was thinking a 6.5 maybe. Yeah,
Right.
because, the production and everything is flawless. However, it is an annoying song. I don't know. It's also the people that do sing it, like, they kind of annoying. Like, they sing it like it's a classic or something, and that they're some 70s kind of, I don't know, aficionado of music or something like that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of anyone who knows stuff about music or whatever is just like, oh, okay, this song, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
But then people actually sing it out like, wasn't this good? You're like, nah, man, just, I don't know, drive your Valiant into a dam or something, you know?
Well, like just someone that's not actually as educated as what they're, or like,
So.
Like,
yeah, I think it's kind of got that annoying, but I do love the strings in it and everything are fantastic. But I also kind of don't like it how I've heard it so many times, but still don't know the lyrics at the end. I don't know how it goes. It's like I lose interest. It's like the movie Stripes. It would be on Channel 10 every Saturday. And Coming to America. Stripes and Coming to America. Cannot remember the fucking ending to both movies, even though I've seen them a billion times.
That's a very good assessment. Well, I'm going to chip in and make it the devil's number with another 6.
6.
666.
Remember the Iron Maiden track? That was great.
Oh, mate, yeah, it's all about the devil on this podcast because it's.
I remember, when you see real life Spinal Tap. Like I remember seeing them playing that, like 666, and Eddie, the big the big monsters walk around in the background.
Yeah,
and it just couldn't look more shit. Like it couldn't look more fucking just like. So it looked like something from, I don't know, Sesame Street or something. Like it looked like he was going to give you a big hug.
Yeah. Like a big bird or fucking.
Yeah, I like that you said that was real life Spinal Tap. Like I call that the War of the Worlds effect, where like they talk about the War of the Worlds. Like, when this played on the radio, people thought aliens were actually coming to the Earth and killing everyone, and I'm like, how are you so fucking dumb? A very well orchestrated piece of music.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Idiot.
Like it did not hold up, and it's not cool now. But it might have had an effect then.
Yeah. So it's 6s around, except for a 6.5 from our guest. And Nick, thanks heaps for coming on, mate. Would you like to plug anything that you're doing at the moment, or people here should listen to before we get out of here?
I'm currently making a feature film called Sex Madness. No, just kidding.
I was like, I'm one of those people that judges books by their cover or movies by their title, and I'm like, I would watch that movie.
Sex Madness.
Sign me up.
I've got my I put my special on YouTube, Pork Palace. So
Pork Palace.
Check that out, guys.
Pork Palace.
We'll pop that in the show notes,
Pork
mate.
Palace,
Yeah.
And they search.
Yeah, it's actually
Capo?
good. Usually I make pretty ordinary stuff, but this is actually all right. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's my best stand-up.
Yeah, sick.
good.
All right,
good.
no worries. Well, we'll pop that in the show
my
notes
next
for sure.
one. That'll be my best one.
That's the best.
Coincidentally,
Yeah.
It's
I'm
the
about
best
to take-
presently. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to take my fiance Naomi to Pork Palace. So I think that'll work in well with our plans, and I might watch your special tonight as well.
Oh, great, man.
It's in
It's
theme
a
of
great
tonight.
post-coitus. Hey, let's have a laugh.
I'm legit, honestly. A bit later.
Look at that beautiful face as you regather your energy.
I might try and film it just to get a reaction.
What's the opposite of Netflix and chill? Like
Pork Palace and
rev up
and abstinence.
All right, mate. Well, look, thanks heaps for coming on again. Really appreciate it. Dan Southern, you too for staying up past your bedtime. Good luck at Pork Palace.
Mate. I'm taking a trip to Pork Palace. I'm on the way there now. Braggy, thank you, mate. Thank you for hosting the thing in Chibs' absence. I'm sorry to hear that he's dead. But look, if you put that much semen down your throat so vigorously, you're going to choke. Like, I feel like
I've told him once. I've told him a million times, mate.
Yeah, I feel like we're all enablers because none of us have warned him properly.
I love that your family's come home and this is what you're talking about. Hey, Daddy's got important work. Shut the door, please. Yes, he's guzzling this cum. He guzzled so much cum that he died. What did you do tonight, Daddy? Just important man work.
Oh, my God.
All right, appreciate you guys. But as for the other people listening, you can go and get fucked.
Yeah, you can. You can go get fucked. Fuck off. Nick, here's the thing. The people that are listening, we don't want them to. So we tell them to get fucked at the end of the podcast. Do you want to join in?
Yeah, fuck you. From the three chrome domes. When they're shiny heads, we can headbutt you.
Get fucked, everyone. Bye.
Fuck off.
Fuck.
Hi everyone, it's Dan here from 1001 Songs That Make You Want to Die. I'm here today to let you know that our podcast is now available on Patreon. That's right, for as little as $2 a month, you can now support this podcast rather than listen to it for free, effectively stealing the food out of the mouths of our starving children. There's one of them now. So why not join us on Patreon? You get bonus stuff each month, and you can even be a guest on the podcast if you want. Now, doesn't that sound better than making our poor children starve? Oh, kids are great, aren't they? Anyway, on with today's episode.